Hello everyone, this is Joseph from JN Unique Designs, and I'm here with you today creating a card I'd like to call the side fold card pop out. I made a few days ago, and many of you have inquired about the sizes. So this is the card that I made. Basically, it is a simple 6x6 card using Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish white cardstock, along with Elizabeth Craft Design florals. This is floral number 10, and this is what the card does. As you pull on the tab, it comes out, and a panel opens out from underneath. You can either do a 3D pop-up like this, or you can keep it pretty simple and do something like this, where it's just Elizabeth Craft Design stamps. This is the Beautiful Blossom, and this is from the Planner Essential. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how this is done. I've already pre-cut some paper, so I'm going to show you bits and pieces of what I've done. So the main card, this is the base of the card, is a 6x12 piece of paper. It is a 6x6 card is what we are making today. So I've already went ahead and cut a decorative piece to cover it. And the decorative piece is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Don't worry, I will give you all the measurements when I have this video up. So don't you worry about a thing. I will give you the measurements, so don't have to worry about writing them down. So it is a 6x6 card with a 5 3/4 decorative piece. The next piece I'd like to call the pop-out base. And the pop-out base is 4.5 by 6.5 in white, and it is scored, correction, this is not the, that is not it. Sorry, I apologize. See, I'm still learning. This is gonna be the 4.5 by 6.5 white, and it is scored at 1/2 inch and 6 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it in here, 6.5 inches, and I'm gonna score it at the 6, and I'm gonna score it at the 1/2. And then you're gonna turn it sideways, and what you're gonna do when you do it sideways is score at 4, only down to that 1/2 inch mark. Turn it over, and then score just that 1/2 bit there. You see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've created these little squares. What happens with those little squares is that you're gonna cut them off. By cutting them off, it fits better into the card. What I normally do is I just take a pair of scissors and I'll cut them off as such. See? There's that. And set that aside. So you set that aside. The next piece that you're gonna work on is called the slider mechanism. The slider mechanism is gonna be 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And what you wanna do is you wanna put it into your, I'm using just the regular standard scoreboard here, and I'm gonna score it right at 2 1/4, and I'm gonna score it at 1/2 inch. Again, I will give you all the measurements, so don't you worry about a thing. So after you score those two, you're gonna score every single one of these tracks in the middle, between those two lines. There you go. And then you're gonna score, you're gonna fold the outside here, and you're gonna fold the outside, the very outside line here. And what I like to do is I like to take my bone folder here, whatever it may be, and just roll it in my hands for that center so that it becomes flexible. So you'll see what I mean here. And I do it both sides so that it is flexible everywhere. So it's kind of round, as you can see. So it moves a lot easier. See how that happens? And I just leave the two sides folded. You set that aside. The pop-out card itself, this is the one that's 8 1/4 by 5 inches. And I'm gonna score it at 3 3/4. And I'm gonna fold it in half. Right there. And then you can set that piece aside. Next, you're going to take the front panel. The front panel is 4 inches by 5.5. And the color cardstock for this piece is going to be 5.25 by 3.75. And the decorative white piece is 3.5 by 5 inches. What I went ahead and did was I already put double-sided adhesive. I only use Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive because it is the stickiest thing that you can get out there. And it by far just simply the best. So now time to assemble this. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this decorative piece onto this card piece here, just to make it look even. Again, I am not going to be decorating these today because I like to make card blanks, and then the card blanks will be used to decorate others later. You're going to go back to taking this, this piece at first, which I call the pop-out base. The pop-out base itself is going to be folded down, and you'll see what I mean here. You fold it down, flip it over, you're going to have this. I'm just using regular basic glue. This is Lineco pH neutral glue. Nothing fancy in my tip bottle that I've bought from Amazon. So I just put some glue there. And I'm going to put the base on. And it's just going to be right to the edge there. As such. Give it a second to dry. Give it a second to catch up. And then now you have that piece. Once you have that piece, you're going to take what I call the slider mechanism. And now it should be all ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over the edge, and you're going to keep it right in the middle. So this space here and this space here should be equal to each other, just to keep it in the middle, right about there. And then, so keep that in mind. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put some glue right on this piece. Again, after that, measure this up, make sure it's even, and then press it down. As such. Give it a second to dry. And then you can fold this over, and now you have your mechanism arm here. Pop slider mechanism. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take glue, and I'm going to put it right on this edge here. And then I'm going to take my card base. This is going to be the pop-out card. You remember how I folded it over and we had it scored at 3.75? You're going to take that piece, as you can see there, and flip it upside down. And you're going to line it up with this, right along the base here, on the edge. Sorry. So as long as it's right in the middle, you're good to go. Okay. As such. And then you can flip it over. Once it's dry, flip it over and push it in. And then you're going to glue this piece shut, this tab here shut. Now you're pretty much it. That's it. That's your card. Now you're gonna decorate. So what I would do is I would normally put it onto my card before I decorate, just because it'll be a lot easier to have a sturdier base before you pull it out. So I'm gonna put some Elizabeth Craft Designs tape on the back of this base. Peel off the release sheet. I hope everybody's gonna try this, and please do post your designs so I can see what you've done. If you are interested, please follow me on social media, JN Unique Designs. I will be having a YouTube channel along with design pages on Facebook, so please join me, and we can have some fun. So there you go. Once you mount that whole entire base on a card, that's what you have. Then I'll take this top piece here and I'll pull it out. As you pull it out, the card flips. Remember, these are the inside panels. And the inside panels, the big panel is going to be 3.5 by 4 3/4. The white piece is 3 1/4 by 4.5. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel off the double-sided adhesive that I already have on the back of these. And place this on the inside of the card, as such. Do the same thing here. On this side. What I like to do is I like to make sure that this side and this side are lined up straight-wise on the top and the bottom. Make sure they look even. And there you go. And your card is ready for decorations. So you can either do it one way where you decorate it beforehand, before you glue all the pieces together, or you can decorate now. Simply stamp them on there or whatever. It just comes out very elegant. Some of the cards that I've made previously, what I did was I die cut an inch circle and then wrote pull on there. This one I tried it with a Versamark pen. It didn't turn out very well, but basically you get the idea. And then I just glue it under that top tab, and so you have some instructions for somebody. But in reality, you can write pull right there too, and everyone would understand where to pull. But that piece will come out, and there's your card. All right, I hope to see your designs. I hope to see your creations, and tune in next time for some more fun. Have a good night.